everyone works between 9 and 5. Those are the regular person hours. But if you're on my channel, you are more than a regular person. You go above and beyond. And there is so much power in what you do with the time outside of that 9 to 5. For some context, I am an avid member of the 5 a.m. club. I love the mornings. The mornings feel like my beautiful magical time when nobody's gonna disturb me. I don't have to reply to anyone's messages because it'd be actually kind of weird if I did, and I can get my really important things done that set me up for an actual productive work day and to feel good. So let's talk about how the hell you become a member of the 5 a.m. club. The first thing I have to tell you here is you must commit. You can't just dip your little toes into being a member of the 5 a.m. club when you still are not consistent with it. You drop it and you only have horrific memories of it because you didn't actually get to the point where it was consistent and it was a routine. And I'm sorry, but it might not feel fantastic for the first week. That's okay. If this is really important to you, that shouldn't matter because you should be in it for the long haul, baby. There is a reason so many people have written books about the 5 a.m. club. There's a reason why there are those really motivational masculine videos on YouTube that are like, get up in the middle of the night, do your workout, straight away do your second workout, and then eat some broccoli. Like, there's a reason. There's so much power in that early morning time before anybody else needs anything from you. This is your time. My absolute number one tip for you though, sleep early. Listen guys, I love the enthusiasm, but how anyone can expect to thrive at 5 a.m. when they haven't been to sleep until like 11 p.m. the night before is truly beyond me. Like, of course that's not gonna work. Of course you're gonna have to move your bedtime earlier. And it's not just about moving your bedtime earlier, you're shifting everything earlier. So then if you shift everything earlier, is it really early? Is 5 a.m. early if 9 p.m. is your bedtime? Not really, you're still getting a whole 8 hours of sleep. Being a member of the 5 a.m. club was never supposed to be about shortening the amount of sleep you get. That's not a good productivity strategy, I will tell you that. But of course, this solution is often met with some resistance, like, okay, but I lie down at 9 p.m. and I can't just fall asleep. I'm wide awake, my brain is still buzzing. And that is so fair, and sweet Jesus, there are ways around that too, so let's get into that. If you want to be a member of the 5 a.m. club, you are going to need a nighttime routine. Let's just say your bedtime is 9 p.m. So that's lights out. You are not looking at your phone anymore. You're not texting anyone back beyond that. You go upstairs or into your bedroom at 7:30 p.m. and you start the unwind process. And look, if you're doing that, maybe that does mean having an earlier dinner. Again, everything is kind of shifting earlier, which is fine. I have dinner at 6 p.m. I chill out watching some TV until 7:30, usually Married at First Sight, Strictly Come Dancing, Grey's Anatomy. But I have an alarm for 7:30, and once that goes off, I am not staying there a minute longer because I know I need every single minute of that unwind process so that I am ready to actually sleep when 9 p.m. comes. Like, I can't just go up to bed at 8:30 and be asleep by 9. I can't do that. So I empathize. What you're going to include in here is things that just take you from like human mode right down to I'm in my feminine. Maybe I've got some peppermint tea to settle my stomach. Maybe I'm reading a book, reducing the screen time at this point. Personally, I adore my blue light blocking glasses. They are so ugly, but that's not really what it is. It's not really about being cute. I know it's cute because I'm getting better sleep, and better sleep makes me cute. So my blue light glasses do make me cute, actually. Then we are gonna light a candle or turn on your aromatherapy diffuser, melt some essential oils. Point being, you get your ass into that bedroom at 7:30. Give yourself 90 minutes. It takes some time to go from being a highly functioning human to like asleep. So give yourself that time. On that note, let's talk about the kind of things you can do to bring on sleep. Firstly, we're gonna gradually reduce the lights. Don't be sitting there with the big light on. You want ambient lighting, you want candle lights, you want like fairy lights. And as it gets closer to your actual sleep time, you're going to be turning them off one by one. Gradually get darker in the room that you're in. Before you're actually going to bed, when you're just trying to calm yourself a little bit, you want to play some calming music. I have a playlist that I think I call it Unwind for Bedtime or something like that. I'll link it in the description below, but it's essentially this really calming piano music and it just sets the scene. You can't really be stressed out when you're listening to calming piano music. And ideally you want to listen to the same kinds of sounds, the same kinds of music every time you're unwinding for bed. Your brain starts to associate that music with being sleepy. And then when it comes to actual sleep, you're going to want to turn on a meditation if you feel you need it. You know what? Actually, I'm going to leave meditation recommendations in the description, so check out there if you feel like you need a little bit. I particularly love Spotify for anything that I'm playing at night, especially if I want to fall asleep to it, because you can put a sleep timer on. So it's amazing. The last thing you absolutely must do before bed, if you feel like you struggle to get sleepy enough, I feel like this is a secret hack. Nobody knows about this. Nobody does this. You must stretch before bed. Spend a good 20 to 30 minutes sitting on the floor, stretching out your hips, stretching out your hamstrings, stretching out your glutes, stretching out your back. It's really interesting how this works. Obviously, it's a form of slowing your body down, which then slows your mind down. But on top of that, it is way easier to get comfy in your gorgeous cozy bed when you've stretched out your muscles. Nothing is aching. Nothing's hurting. It's all just in the right place. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and you have the best sleep ever. So obviously at some point, you're going to fall asleep. And then you're going to sleep for, hopefully 8 hours, you naughty little thing. Then you're going to wake up. So this point, people find quite difficult too. You wake up and you're like, ugh, it's a no from me. I'm gonna turn this alarm off. Thanks, but no thanks. Did not enjoy the feeling of waking up at 5 a.m. for the first, second, third time. Again, there are some ways to make this 10 times easier. Number 1, turn on the light. Even if it's just a lamp beside you, if you are in a dark room, you're gonna wanna fall back asleep. If you turn on the light, cortisol is released, which is part of what wakes your body up so that you're ready for the day. So yeah, while you're lying there in a dark room, you might be like, it's a dark room, this is the perfect setting to go back asleep. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. And then you do that. But if you're lying there in a bright room, it's only gonna take a couple of minutes and you're gonna be wide awake. You could even get one of those daylight alarms. I'll link below a good recommendation of a daylight alarm. So what it actually does is the daylight starts 30 minutes before your alarm actually goes off. So it gradually wakes your body up before you actually wake up, and then the alarm goes off and you're already lying there in a bright room, and it's so much better for you biologically. And the second thing, this is another secret life hack that I have for you about waking up and making that so much easier. I had my clients do this when I was a personal trainer, and everybody found it unbelievably helpful. So you want to have a pint of water ready to go right beside your bed, or a bottle, whatever you drink out of, 300 to 500 mils of water. You're gonna sit up in the bed. So when you're lying in the bed still, you just tell yourself, all I have to do is sit up. So you sit up and you drink the water, and you do not get out of bed until that water is drank. Now that is not an invitation to just drink it really slowly and never get out of bed. But as you drink, it does something where it's like it activates all your organs. Everything just switches on. It's like a dial. It just turns everything on. Ooh. This is a game changer. Do it. You will be blown away by how energized you feel just as you get out of bed. Then when you can bring yourself to get out of bed, this is where you want to play a good song. You want to play a good song that makes you feel like... So a good example here is Love on Top by Beyonce. If you listen to that and you really give it socks, like dancing and lip singing along, ain't no way you're sleepy after that. Try it and see how fucking fantastic you feel after it. Now I have 2 more tips for you around how to be a member of the 5 a.m. club. Have a set plan for the morning. If you don't have a concrete plan, you're not going to have a good enough reason to get out of your cozy bed. So you're going to be lying there and you're going to start talking to yourself like, oh, I'm not really going to be doing anything really. Okay, well then I just won't get out of bed. I don't need to. What am I gonna do? Just be sitting on the couch? Grand. I'll stay here. Thanks. It was a nice idea, which defeats the whole purpose. So you want to have a plan. Obviously, I recommend reading the 5 a.m. Club. I think that might be my #1 personal development book ever. Even if you're not planning on waking up at 5 a.m., just like everything in there is just fantastic. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Robin Sharma. Literally one of my last videos was a whole breakdown of the top 10 takeaways from his most recent book, The Wealth Money Can't Buy. You definitely want to watch that after this video. But yes, that is definitely a book to read if you want to be a member of the 5am club. And your last tip for this video is don't have just one alarm. You're setting yourself up for failure. Honestly, I snooze every 5am alarm that I have. But you know what? I have a 5am alarm and I have a 5:02 alarm because it's enough time where I can like lie there and kind of be like, oh, but it's not enough time for me to properly fall back asleep. I don't know how Apple hasn't allowed us to adjust the length of a snooze yet, but like, can we please have that? Because 9 minutes is absurd. That's a crazy amount of time. Let's have a quick recap, shall we? Commit. Sleep early. Have a nighttime routine at a set time. You probably need at least 60 minutes, ideally 90. You got the music, you got the reading, you got the meditation. When you do wake up, you want to introduce light ASAP and you want to get hydrated. Have a set plan for the morning. What is your morning routine? You're not waking up just to sit on your ass. Like, with all due respect, have at least 2 alarms. A 5am one, a 5:02 one. Don't be waiting for this 9-minute snooze because you're going to start another REM cycle of sleep and you're going to make yourself way more tired. It actually does not help. So if you enjoyed this video, you definitely want to go and watch The Wealth Money Can't Buy, the top 10 takeaways. It's going to be somewhere on the screen here, and absolutely subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye. Yeah.